Expect the unexpected. I mean, that's pretty much the subtitle of the Gospels. While Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all have different iterations of the story of Jesus' life and ministry, there is this ongoing theme throughout of the people and the disciples thinking that it's going to go one way, or, oh, I know this one. Jesus is going to say this thing, or the outcome will be predictable because it's always turned out that way before. And yet the plot twists again and again and again, leaving the people and the disciples continuously going, what? What? These plot twists also sometimes lead to the disciples or the people saying, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. You know, like Wayne and Garth do to Alice Cooper in the movie Wayne's World. Anybody? Thank you. I've got a few. I know where my people are at. This is probably not the first time nor the last that you'll hear a Wayne's World reference in a sermon. Might as well show you who I am up front. So anyway, these poor fishermen, poor Simon, we're not worthy, we're not worthy. These poor guys, they've been out all night. Don't you think they're exhausted? I mean, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they perk up when Jesus comes along. They're like, oh, yay, it's our teacher. And I'm sure it's even an honor for Jesus to choose your boat to be the one that becomes his pulpit, right? I mean, I did read a little tude into Simon's tone, but it sounds to me like he's almost hit a wall when Jesus tells him to go out into the deep water and to fish again. I mean, if you say so, dude, but don't hold your breath. That's kind of the gist of what Simon was saying. Simon says. So talk about an attitude of scarcity, right? And I get it. He's tired, been up all night, probably ready for this to be over with so that he can go home, get some much needed rest. But of course, as the readers in the story, we know to expect the unexpected. They caught so many fish that the nets were breaking, that the boats were sinking, that they had to call for backup. Expect the unexpected. In the face of scarcity, here comes abundance. It's almost as if Jesus says to Simon, yeah, you didn't catch anything before, but you didn't have me with you. Do it my way. Try again, this time with me. An unexpected catch. You'd think that we as a people would stop being surprised when unexpected things happen in our lives, either good or bad. We've had enough life experience to understand that things don't always go as planned or go our way or play out the way we thought that they would. To our youth and our children, our young people who are here, has anything ever happened in your life that you didn't expect? It's kind of rude, isn't it? Or maybe it was a happy surprise. Something that didn't go your way, but maybe went better. Some event that didn't turn out the way that you thought that it would. And this is a part of what makes sports so exciting, because even though we might predict who will win, anything can happen. I mean, y'all didn't think we'd get through worship together without me talking about the Super Bowl, did you? I mean, I know it's like our national holiday. I mean, especially since Taylor Swift is going to be there. Okay, on the count of 3, yell out who you think is going to win the Super Bowl. 1, 2, 3. Taylor Swift. I'm sure your team will win. May it be so. We can make as many predictions as we want, right? But it just needs to play out, and we'll see what happens. I certainly had to adopt a go with the flow attitude during my transition here from Los Angeles. Sometimes I was a little more go than others with the flow. So many unexpected things happened that I was wondering why I made any plans at all. Why? Why do we make plans, really? My last Sunday at Brentwood Presbyterian Church was on January 5th. And the fires in Los Angeles started 2 days later, on the 7th. It changed everything. It changed how I felt about leaving the community and the city that I loved and that I had just said goodbye to. A really good goodbye, mind you. People's homes were burning down. Schools, businesses, churches, entire livelihoods. It was and still is devastating. The fires pushed back when I actually was able to leave Los Angeles, which changed my arrival date to San Antonio. But that's not where it ended. I thought I could get into my place on the 13th. Nope. I couldn't get in until the 15th. I found that out 30 minutes before I arrived. That was fun. I thought my stuff was arriving on the 18th, but it didn't arrive until the 19th. My parents and I were supposed to go to Austin to be with my brother's family on the 21st, but we left a day early because remember that snowstorm that came here? I texted a friend in LA pictures of the snow. She said, I didn't know that it snowed in Texas. I was like, it doesn't. Not normally. I didn't expect to go from fires in Los Angeles to snow in Texas. What? The whole make a plan, God laughs thing, that's a thing for a reason, right? And I have to say, even in the midst of a very tumultuous transition, I have seen abundance. Even before the fires started, y'all have been praying for me and for my previous congregation through this transition, through this change. And I will never thank y'all enough for that. And we were praying for y'all too. When the fires started, members of the pastor nominating committee here were reaching out to me, asking me about it, asking me about the church community, letting me know that y'all were praying for us. Y'all literally prayed me to Texas. And I needed it. I really did, because I did not know which way was up there for a few days. I keep saying eventually I'll know what time zone I'm in, and I'll know what day of the week it is. I do know it's Sunday, so we're off to a good start. Y'all welcomed me with such intention, such care, such hospitality, even down to the pink stationery on my desk, and the disco ball planters in the bathroom. I mean, talk about abundance. My parents have been so supportive so that I could get my head on straight to be ready for this new era. Even last night, we were unwrapping artwork. It's like Christmas every day in my house. Oh, look at this, yay. I have the blessing of so many friends, so many loved ones, beautiful family, so many people who have reached out and given their love and lifted up prayers and listened to the story again and again of my unexpected adventures. My friend Julie flew into Los Angeles the same day as the fires started to do the road trip with me. Bless her heart, she spent her vacation on this crazy adventure with me. But you know what? Every time I started crying, she just started praying. And it was amazing. And we laughed a lot. A lot. When you meet her, you'll understand. She's hilarious. I told her again and again how grateful I was to have her there with me. Abundance in the face of scarcity. Abundance always seems to be a surprise. We can get caught off guard by it, like, oh, we didn't expect that. And yet it is foundational to our gospel witness. The thing about Jesus is that his surprises, they're always a bit skewed. We know his unexpected actions and teachings are going to focus on healing the sick, lifting up the oppressed, welcoming the stranger. We know that in the face of scarcity, Jesus is going to meet it always with abundance. Always. And so here we are at the beginning of a new era together as a community, listening again to this ancient story we've probably heard over and over and over again of this unexpected catch, and wondering, well, now, how does this apply to me? What does this mean for us today? Not only that, but what are we going to do about it? And what are we going to do about it when we leave this place, when we walk out of church today? Well, it applies to us because we too are disciples of Jesus. Just like Simon and James and John and all of those people who were there that day, we are instructed to listen to Jesus, to do as he tells us to do, to get out of our comfort zones, to try again in new ways, to call for backup when our nets are broken and our boats are about to sink. We are called to follow Jesus when he tells us that together, following him, we're going to catch people. Now that sounds like a fun adventure, probably full of plot twists. So together, following Jesus, we are going to love and serve and heal and have courage. We're going to protest and support. We're going to speak out. We are going to be reckless with our mercy and justice and grace. We're going to welcome people from all walks of life into our community. We're going to challenge each other. We're going to learn from each other. We're going to annoy each other. And we are not going to give up on each other. In the face of scarcity, we are going to proclaim the good news of abundance to all ages, to all people, to this entire world. We are going to expect the unexpected. So, as your new pastor, I'm prepared to expect the unexpected, to be surprised and amazed and afraid and blown away and tired and brave and good enough. And as a congregation, I expect the same from y'all. I am beyond privileged and blessed to be here. Oh my, it's my first Sunday. What a gift. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for calling me to be your pastor, for calling me to lead your precious and spirit-filled church. But guess what? God calls y'all too. It is in our text when Jesus says, "Follow me," and we are going to catch people. So let's do it. Amen.